Majority of the food they eat here in Canada are made of too many chemicals.
How were you able to identify that African store is the next step? This is what is in demand.
What I did was that I discovered that the Nigerian community in Moncton was large.
What was your really the main challenge?
There have been issues of no, you can't do your business there because it's always difficult in a foreign land. I'm a FIFA licensed football agent.
Wow.
I look for players around the world and I sell players.
That's why they said behind every successful man, there's a woman.
Or two good hands.
Welcome to another exciting episode of The Open Mic with JLo, where immigrants all over the world come to share their relocation stories. Also, they come and share how they have settled to the new system in order to help the new immigrants on how to go about it. With me today, it's one of the most famous and remarkable entrepreneur in Moncton, Canada. He's a very brilliant immigrant who has built not just one, but two thriving businesses here in Moncton. He owns a popular African grocery store known as Walkem, and he also has a very big lounge, a relaxation lounge. With me is this famous man, Mr. Wale Ajayi. Hi, Mr. Wale Ajayi. Welcome to my show today.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
So can you tell us about your relocation journey from Nigeria to Canada and how you ended up in Moncton precisely?
Well, I left Nigeria with my family in 2017, October 2017. I mean, it's exactly 8 years now. This is October 2025. So
wow.
Exactly 8 years since we left Nigeria. And of course, one of the basic reasons why we left Nigeria was because we saw that the country was caving and we wanted a place where my family could find peace. So we decided to come to Canada. So we came into Canada in 2017, 30th of October 2017.
Wow.
And we actually landed in Montreal, but we're not too comfortable in Montreal because it's a French-speaking part of Canada.
City.
So my kids couldn't cope in school. And of course, my wife has always wanted to do business. So we found out that there was no way you can do business if you cannot speak French. So we decided that we should look for somewhere where we can at least settle down and do business. So we decided to come down to Moncton. So that is what brought us to Moncton.
Okay, thank you so much. So do you want to tell us in detail what really inspired you? Yes, I know you already mentioned your wife wanted to do business, but if you are not inspired, if there's no pushing force behind you, you're not going to start the business. So can you just tell us what really inspired you on this entrepreneurial journey?
But before we left Nigeria, my wife has always been in business. The family love business. My wife's mother is a businesswoman. And of course, like I said, she has always wanted to do business. So we were living in Abuja, Cairo, precisely in Abuja. And what my wife was doing then was that we had a cyber cafe where we had over 20 computers, over 20 to 25 computers. And of course, people come there to, you know what it means to have a cyber cafe.
Yes.
And of course, we also do printing, we do photocopying, and we do so much more. That is what my wife normally does. So that was the business she did for about 6 years before we eventually left Nigeria down to Canada. When we came into Montreal, like I said, we couldn't do that business there, so we decided to come into Moncton.
Okay.
And on getting to Moncton, we started the same business. You won't believe it. This food business was not the first business we did in Moncton.
Oh, really?
We actually started with the photocopying and everything, the printing business. Okay. But we discovered that when we started, we didn't have much customers. We were on St. George Street, 438 St. George. That was our first location.
Wow. But
we didn't have enough customers because I also told my wife then that I think the reason was that many people have internet in their houses. People have internet, they have laptops, they have everything. So you don't expect this kind of business to thrive in a society like this where everybody have opportunity to log on to their laptop and use their Wi-Fi. So
true.
So that was why we decided, okay, look, we need to look for something else to do. And so I came up with the idea of starting an African store. And of course, it's not an investment you start with small cash. So we needed to look for money. And we were lucky. Getting a shop was going to be the biggest problem for us then. But luckily for us, when we were living on St. George, there was a house that was closer to us. And I discovered that the guy that owned the house was staying upstairs, and downstairs he was using it for his attic. He was selling attic products and things like that. I walked up to him and I said, "Young man, do you want to rent this house?" He said he wants to sell. He said, "But if I'm going to rent, he's willing to rent." I said, "Okay." how many bedrooms you have upstairs? He said he has 3 bedrooms upstairs. So I said, okay, I'm going to rent the 3 bedroom upstairs and I'm going to use this attic shop to start my business. He said, what kind of business? I said, I have the plan to start a mini grocery store, like a store like a retail store. And he was like, oh, that would be wonderful. He's a white guy, but he's a wonderful guy. His name is John Kennedy. That was the man that encouraged us to start it there. So we went in there, we were living upstairs and we were doing the business downstairs. And that was the beginning of Walkem African Food Store.
That's really inspiring, starting a business in a new city, a new country. I must really, really commend you for starting that business. To further with this talk, I would like to know, what was your really the main challenge when you start the business? Because I know the financial and other things will be there. So I want you to tell us how you were able to maneuver those challenges and stand strong as you are right now.
Well, the biggest challenge for you as a businessman in Canada or in any part of the world, most especially when it is not your own country, is the fact that you need to get the finance to start the business. And like you said, financing was a key challenge. And of course, the good thing for me was that I just came in from Nigeria, and of course I still have my links back home. I'm an international journalist. I work with some top media houses. I have an online medium, and of course I also do a lot of things with Nigerian Football Federation and the National Sports Commission. So beyond that too, I'm also a football agent. I sell players. I look for players around the world and I sell players. So I'm a FIFA licensed football agent, and of course. Those are things that still make me make money from outside Canada, you understand? I do 1 or 2 businesses and this money come in and I use it. So it came at a point when I did one of those businesses and some money came in and I decided to just pump everything into the business. I told my wife, I have this, let's go ahead. Because at that time, we were not even permanent residents of Canada. We're still on a work permit. And you know what it means to be on a work permit. You're still trying to settle down. But we felt that it was a challenge. It was something we wanted to do. And because I know my wife is somebody that can handle it on her own, she is somebody that is very productive, somebody that can give you results. She has done it for 6 years in Nigeria, and I know that even when we are about to relocate, I know that she was able to raise some money for us, to join the trip. So it tells you that if you invest in her, you can get results. So that was why I felt it was something I can put my money into, and no regret today. It's been 6 years. We came in 2019, and of course this is 2025. And like I said, finance was the first major one, but we were able to take care of that. And then beyond that too, the language, if we were in Montreal, it was going to be French or English. But at least I should say like 90% of people staying in Moncton don't speak English. So it helped us a lot. And then beyond that too, there was also the issue of who you are. You know who we are. You just need to stand out, because it's always difficult in a foreign land. I know the problems we have had, even putting our store where it is today. There have been issues of, no, you can't do your business there. No, you have to close down the business. But you need to be strong. You need to fight on. You need to make them understand that you came into this country to succeed. And of course, you also have families you have to feed. This business is one business that is taking care of the family, beyond the fact that we have other businesses. But you cannot just trample on our rights. We are Canadian citizens today. By the special grace of God, we are citizens of Canada today. So along the line, we got to make them understand that we are not doing anything illegal. We are doing the right thing in Canada. We are doing business. We want to survive. We want to succeed. And we just must allow our business to succeed.
Wow, we must really commend your wife. I think I'll have to bring her on this show, because you have virtually said some stuff without mentioning her. You were constantly mentioning her name. So we must really commend Madam for supporting you. That's why they said behind every successful man, there's a woman.
Or two good heads.
There's a woman. So beyond all those challenges, how were you able to identify? I know you told us that when you came, you started with like a business,
like a cyber cafe.
How were you able to identify that groceries African store is the next step? Like, this is what is in demand. Can you just share that with us?
So what I did was that I discovered that the Nigerian community in Moncton was large. So many Nigerians in Moncton, and immediately I discovered that there are so many Nigerians in Moncton. I asked myself, do we have any Nigerians having an African store, any Nigerians selling foodstuff here in Moncton? I discovered that we have 2 Congolese, and I think we also have one other guy from Togo or Benin Republic. So I was worried. I said, look, if we have this huge community, why are we all patronizing Congolese? Why can't we have a Nigerian that can also start an African store here in Moncton, so that Nigerians will have an opportunity to also buy from their own? Then I also discovered that if you move to most of those Congolese stores or most of those African stores, you cannot find exactly
the core needs of Nigerians.
The core needs of Nigerians. We know what we want. We know what we have. You understand?
Yeah.
And most of our products are what we eat, are what we take.
Yes.
So you cannot force your product on us. So I felt that we can do it. We have the connections back home. And of course, we also have great links with a moving company back home that can move most of those stuff from Nigeria down to Canada. So we took advantage of those advantages. It helped us to start the business, to stay focused on the business. And I will give glory to God.
That will take us further to ask, so how were you able to attract your first customers when you start? You know, starting a new business for Nigerian in Canada, in Moncton. So you need to identify those customers apart from Nigerians. So how were you able to attract those first customers, both Nigerians and other communities at large?
We made out business cards. We did flyers. We sent the flyers out. We also did the business cards and shared among friends. And the good thing with me is that I also play soccer. So I'm always out there on Saturdays with people from different parts of Africa, Congolese, Ivory Coast, Benin Republic guys, Nigerians, and all of them. We come together on Saturdays to play soccer. So as they converge, I give them the business card and say, look, I've started an African store here. But again, you know that most of them are French-speaking guys, so they always want to patronize the person that is from Congo. But it's not an issue. But for me, I was able to sell my business to them, sell the idea to them, and because they also love me, I'm a funny guy. I'm also very playful. I have a way around guys, so they found it difficult to say no to me. So and that brought most of them here. And then of course, like you know, we just started the lounge, and then the lounge is also attracting more people. More people come into the lounge. There are people that come to the lounge, they don't even know we have an African store. So it is after coming to the lounge and I say, oh, there's an African store here too. So I mean, it is helping to expose the African store more to Africans in Moncton.
To take us further, I want to ask, how are you able to manage these businesses? I mean, one business is a lot already, we can say, in the new country. Yeah. So now you have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4, still counting. So how are you able to, manage all your
I know the funny thing, we have about three businesses going to 4 businesses because we have not, I've not added the money transfer. We do real money transfer too.
Wow.
I've not added that. We have the grocery store, we have real money transfer, we have the lounge, and we also have a care home. Now, what I'm going to say is the fact that in all of this, we don't have any staff yet. You understand? Because somehow it is something that is not putting, like I said, my wife is a businesswoman. She is always in the store. You come around, you press the bell, and the luck we have is that these businesses are all concentrated in our house. I mean, we have a very big house. We are blessed with a big house, so we have enough space to accommodate these businesses. Now, the lounge is part of the house. The store is also on the lot, the lots on our in our property. So there people can come buy things, and of course they can come into the lounge. Now the care home is in my basement. There's a 2-bedroom flat in my basement, and of course I have 2 clients staying there. So that one is there, and of course the money transfer too. My wife manages that, and that is part of the business. We are still expanding. There's another business coming up soon. That one is massive. It's a very big one, and of course it also has to do with the care business. It's something that will take us to the next level, and of course we might decide to get another building, another location for that, or we might decide to expand further.
Yeah. Wow, very, very inspiring. So I want to ask, how are you able to, or were you able to promote your culture, which is Nigeria or African culture, through your businesses? I mean, Africa grocery store is already there.
Yeah.
So how were you able to, build your culture around those businesses?
Well, most of the time I see people come into the store, people who are not Africans, they come into the store and they ask questions. I mean, I like your food. I mean, I like what you guys do. Tell us more about it. Then I try to educate them. You won't believe it, that more and more people are beginning to learn how to eat fufu now. Of course, we are lucky to know that on social media, more people are beginning to learn how to eat fufu, pounded yam, and things like that. They are all on social media, on TikTok. Mm-hmm. So most of the white guys just come into the store and say, look, I saw this on social media. I want to experience it. I want to try it. So we teach them how to prepare fufu, how to prepare pounded yam, how to prepare egusi soup. Those are the popular ones they see on social media. So I think we have done that to a manageable extent. And beyond that too, I'm also planning to organize what I call the food carnival here in Moncton. It's something that I'm looking at. I'm going to invite anybody that have an idea of how to cook good food to come together, and we'll just cook the food and we'll invite everybody in Moncton to walk in and eat for free. So let them come and experience African food store, because majority of the food they eat here in Canada are made of too many chemicals, and of course they are not too hygienic, and of course that is why you see too many kind of sicknesses everywhere. So we want to introduce them to our kind of food, organic our culture food. And things like let them eat more of our kind of food, organic food. Let them eat more of our efo and all those things, so that I think with that they can get to accept us more, and of course see us as part of them.
I want to know if you actually collaborate with other entrepreneurs or communities, or let's say the government agencies, to make it very, very easy and make it flow while you're doing your business.
Yeah, we do a lot of collaboration. We support so many businesses here in Nigeria. I mean, I'm here in Canada. Nigerian businesses here in Canada, we do support them. I remember that in the last few years, Nigerians that are doing businesses here that don't have a store, we advise and we agreed that they should bring one or two of their products into our store, and we help them to display those products without them paying a dime.
That's very impressive.
You understand? The truth of the matter is that some of those that we even help to do that don't even patronize us. You understand? But we did it because it is our style. We don't care whether you come or you don't come. We see everybody as part of the Nigerian family, and we just want to encourage every small businesses to grow. You understand?
Yeah.
Then beyond that too, we have also supported every major events that take place in Moncton. I remember that the New Yam Festival, the Igbo New Yam Festival, when it took place, we supported them. We also supported the Loud in Lagos and the Loud in Moncton event. I mean, most of the events you see that have been organized here in Moncton, once they come to us and they ask for us to give support, we are always willing to support. That is the little we can do to show our love and our passion for what is happening around us.
I'm glad to hear that you support many programs, events. So definitely you're going to support my events coming up on the 19th of December.
What event is that?
We'll talk about it. It's like end of the year party where Nigerians will come together and we just celebrate the year, together as family. So, but we'll talk that in details later.
Okay, welcome to Walkem African Food Store. This is where the business is. Yeah. I'm sure you guys saw the outside. The house is just by the left-hand side, and of course, the shop is on the lot, just close to the house. And of course, we sell a lot. We sell basically what Nigerians like. We have the picnic, we have Milo, we have Titus and this, we have Nido, we have Indomie noodles, all the Nigerian kind of earrings and other things you use for ladies to plait their hair. And of course, we have a few of the bitters. Nigerians like bitters. So we have palm oil. We sell palm oil, we sell yam.
There's a lot.
We sell yam, we sell plantain. The funny thing with the plantain is the fact that it's not only Nigerians or Africans that eat plantain. I discovered that people from South America, like Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, they come here to buy plantain. When you mention the issue of trying to collaborate with other Africans, and this is Matlock bread. It's owned by a Nigerian. A Nigerian is producing this here in Moncton. Matlock Agege bread, yes. It's owned by a Nigerian, but we also patronize. We buy from the Nigerian to sell here. You understand? Because I mean, like I told you, we try to support every Nigerian business. For ladies, we sell every kind of all the hair use, any kind of hair you want to do, we have it for you. Yes, we have all the frozen food, hot pepper, gizzards. We have fish, spinach, and of course we have ewedu.
What keeps you motivated in all of this, especially when you feel your expectations are not meeting up? Like you feel this business, I've expected so much, but there's one thing that will always keep you motivated. What is that thing?
What keeps me motivated is the fact that it is something that my wife loves. It is something that the family has been doing. We are not new in business, so it keeps us going even when we don't make sales. Even sometimes when you think that business is not flowing as you want business to flow, we just decide that it is not something that should pull us backward, because, like I said, we have been in business before coming to Canada, so we are not scared of what tomorrow holds for us. You understand?
Wow.
So we are motivated by the fact that if 5 persons come today, tomorrow 10 persons will come, next tomorrow 15 persons will come. We don't get bothered, because for us, it is not the end of the world. The business does not feed us. The business is just one of the contributors to how we survive, you understand? But it's not the final point, you understand? We have other means of making money. If it is not the business, if we decide to go on vacation today, we can close the business for another 1 month and we'll go on vacation and come back and nothing will happen. So we get motivated by what we do. We just love what we do, and that is what keeps us motivated.
We are still live in Walkem Lounge. While you wait, please don't forget to click share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so I want to ask, what are some key lessons you have learned doing business in Canada, and when you also compare doing business back in Nigeria?
Well, the key lessons is that back home in Nigeria, if you are doing business as a Nigerian, there are not too many major hiccups. You want to do business, you can decide to open business in your kitchen. You can decide to open business in your house, in your garage, anywhere. You understand? But here, you need to follow the laws. You need to get the business registered. When we started, we had to go to Service New Brunswick. We had to go to Service New Brunswick to get the business registered. After registering the business, we had to follow all the processes to get the business started. And of course, it is not every product you want to sell. If you're selling any product, the government need to also come to check what you are selling. You also need to get clearance to do certain things too. You want to sell cigarettes, you want to sell alcohol, you need to get permission from government, you need to get license to sell some of those things. You understand? Those are the little hiccups here, but again, as law-abiding citizens, we try to follow these laws to the fullest. But back home in Nigeria, it's so easy for you to do certain things. You can do anything. You can decide to use your kitchen for business. You can decide to use, you understand? Yeah, so, but I must say that the joy of it is that this society makes you more disciplined. You understand? Because it makes you to know that you must follow the laws. You must do things the right way. You understand? And then, of course, they also give you the joy. The joy there is that people that come to patronize you here must know that if they buy, they must pay. Back home, people buy, they tell you, I'll pay you later. You understand? There's credit back home, but here there's no credit, because you come in as you are buying, you are using your credit card. You understand? I think, again, you have more people that have the capacity to pay, because almost everybody here is working, and when you are working, you can be able to pay for what you want to eat. I think doing business here is good, though it's a small city. Business in other bigger cities like Toronto is more lucrative, but we give glory to God. It's not as bad as people may think.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I want to ask, what advice will you give to immigrants who are in Canada and they are trying to start business? That's one. And then other people from Africa or Nigeria trying to relocate to Canada.
The key advice is, if you want to do business in Canada, you need to be tough. You need to be hard. You need to be strong. You need to be focused. You need to know what you are doing. You need to have a game plan. You don't just jump into a business. You must have a business plan. You must know what kind of business will thrive in your location. Because like I said, you remember when we started with the cyber cafe thing. We wanted to do the painting business, and you understand. And I said that didn't work because almost everybody has a computer at home. So if you want to start a business, you must look at your location. You must look at the people. You must ask questions as to what they need in that particular location, so that you can be able to go into that kind of business. So we did a little bit of feasibility studies to be sure of what we think that Nigerians need in Moncton, and that was how we came up with that. And even the lounge, I discovered that most Nigerians don't have a place to go relax. So I discussed that with my wife, that look, we need a place where Nigerians, beyond going to the club on weekends, Monday to Fridays, Nigerians are so idle at home, mostly during this winter now. I mean, you come back from work, you go back to bed and you sleep. So we needed to create a place where Nigerians can come sit, relax and enjoy. That is why we call it the lounge. Eat and drink and just enjoy yourself. The lounge is a family home for Nigerians. Anybody can walk in here. If you want to watch movies, to watch EPL matches, you want to watch anything, you can decide, okay, say, look, I want to do birthdays. My daughter is having a birthday this weekend. Can we come use your lounge? Why not? Come sit down here with your family, use the lounge, use the hot tub, and just for a token, and you have fun.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wale Ajayi, for sharing your inspiring journey here from Nigeria. Thank you for inspiring us with your hard work, how you are able to promote Nigeria culture through your businesses. And we wish you continued success in your future endeavors, many more businesses coming. On this note, we want to say thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you for watching us from beginning to the end. If you have a story you want to share, you can always reach us at our own platform. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. My name is Janet Ihe Gabriel. Have a wonderful day.